And Brittany's like, look, Janelle, I think I'm gonna kiss Will tonight.
Yeah, and then I get super nervous, so I have to tell Will how I feel.
Me or Brittany? Okay.
No, you.
Okay.
And so we had to talk in the bathroom, and I'm like, oh God, I might as well just go tell him now because I can't have Brittany kissing my stepbrother.
Especially since you're in love with him.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I'm super nervous, and I'm like, Will, I have to talk to you immediately. And then a slow song comes on.
Okay.
I'm like, should we just dance?
Awesome. I love it. Okay, so we're dancing. And we're dancing like a little bit far apart.
Is it like super weird because everyone's like, what the hell are they doing?
No, because they know we're fun.
Okay.
And, like, we're definitely the cool kid club.
Right.
So like people are like, oh, that's funny. Like no one's really even paying attention because it's just like, that's Will and Janelle, they're brother and sister, and they're funny. Like, so no big deal. Okay, so then what do you say to me?
I'm like, well, look, I think I'm starting to fall in love with you.
And then I pull you really close.
Yeah.
And I whisper in your ear, back at you. No, what do I say?
I got you. You're such a dork.
Okay, what do I say? I was like, am I like, look, I'm like, I feel exactly the same way.
Right.
And then we're like, what are we going to do about it?
And we wanted to kiss so bad on the dance floor, and we couldn't.
Right.
We're like, we're like, this is just so wrong.
Okay, but so it feels wrong.
So right. But it's just so right.
My head tells me no, but my body's saying, oh yeah. Okay, so then so I dropped Brittany off.
Yeah, and Brittany's like upset because you didn't kiss her,
upset,
and she's like, Janelle danced with Will, and she might have told him something, like she's catching on a little bit.
Exactly. Or she's like, you're gay, you like Nate, and I'm like, you wouldn't understand, like it's just, I can't tell you what's going on, but
right.
I'm not gay with Nate. I just
she totally tried to kiss you, and then you gave her the cheek.
Right. And then I was like, let's just be friends. So she's like crying and upset, and she comes to you, and she's like, I can't believe
And she wants to stay over at my house, and I'm like, no, you can't.
Right. Okay. So we come back from the dance, drop Nate off, drop Brittany off.
Yeah.
We come back, and it's late. And then our parents are like, how was the dance? And we're like, don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Because we're surly teenagers. Mm-hmm. So we go to our rooms. Like, you wash your makeup off.
Right.
Like, I shower, go to bed. I'm just lying. Oh, sorry. No, listen, here. Should I catch them up or fuck
Yeah.
them? All right, you know Janelle has stepbrother. Danielle, you know Janelle went to high school, and her parents got remarried, and she had stepsisters that went to her high school with her, right? But they didn't get along.
Yeah, we did. I mean...
Okay, they got along.
We were...
Sister who lives right next to me. Exactly. Okay, so I'm lying in bed awake just thinking of you, and I'm like, I'm in love with someone who I could never be with. And what do?
And I'm like, this is just so heartbreaking.
Are you listening to the radio?
I'm like crying.
Against All
and
Odds
like,
comes on?
Yeah.
How can I just let you walk away? Well, all that I can do is watch you leave.
And I feel like I don't have anyone I can confide in really, because I don't want to tell my girlfriends because they gossip a lot.
Definitely.
They'll be like, oh my God.
And Nate's supportive. He's cool.
Yeah.
So do you come to my room or what happens?
Yeah, I know.
You come to my room, you're like, I gotta see him. And you come to my room and you open the door and I'm standing in the hallway coming to you.
I'm like, hi.
We turn to the hallway and we're like, ah. And we're like, hey. And you're like, hey. And you're like, were you going to the bathroom? And I'm like, no, were you?
No, we don't say anything.
Oh, okay.
We just like...
Start making out in the hallway?
Yeah, start making out in the hallway, and then you're like, oh, and we just like go into your bedroom.
Okay.
And you lock the door.
Okay, so we go in the bedroom and lock the door. And what happens?
I don't know.
Yeah, you do.
You tell me.
So then, I don't know, I kiss your forehead, I kiss your cheek, and then I kiss your lips. Not like a passionate, but not like,
right.
You know, that deep. And then, like, I kiss your neck. And then I really don't know what happens from there.
Neither do I.
Okay, that was it.
That was fun.
Maybe every night we'll add a little more to that.
All right, okay.
I need to jump in the pool. I need to cool off. Didn't know I had a hot stepsister. Man, that would have been
That would have been really cool if I would have had like a hot stepbrother.
That's what we're talking about.
It would have been so cool.
Could you even imagine?
That was like fun too, and like was like, you know, he was cool. I had like three
my
stepsisters.
when I was in college, I was friends with a girl. Well, okay, one of my best friends was dating this girl. And spring break, we went to her house. Her dad was a plastic surgeon in Daytona Beach. Mm-hmm. She's asshole. Incest. It's not incest. We're not blood related. We're not blood related. Like Erica wouldn't bone her stepbrother. It happens. Okay, so anyway, we went to their house spring break, and I was like, literally
How old were
18.
you? 18. Okay.
And it's like my buddy's dating this girl, and her parents are like, come, they've been dating since high school, and they're like, come bring your friends from college, and she'll bring her friends, like, she's gonna bring like 2 or 3 friends. She has 2 or 3 friends from home. Mm-hmm.
Where was she from?
She was from Daytona Beach.
Okay.
I'm in college in Atlanta. They're dating. So my buddy, who I met in college, was like, hey, come to my girlfriend's house for spring break, because they live in Daytona Beach in this big house, and you can stay with us. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, cool. So me and our other buddy went with him, and she had like 2 girlfriends from home. But we're like, awesome, because like she's gonna set us up with her girlfriends, and it's spring break, and we're nerdy, and like we can't, it'll be awesome. So we get there. I'm 18. We open up the door, and her sister's there, who's 17 and hot. And I'm like, hey, and she was like, hey, who are you? And I was like, I guess I can use the names. I'm like, I'm Josh's. His nickname was Rosie. His last name was Rosenbaum. Mm-hmm. I'm Josh's buddy, and we're here to hang out with Ashley. And she was like, I'm Ashley's sister. And I was like, hey. And then, keep in mind, she was 17, but I was 18.
Yeah.
So I literally walked in, and then everyone was, so then I don't even remember how, how those things happen, and you're not even sure how they went down. But anything, like later that night, she and I are like totally making out, like in the back of the house. And the next day, like, her friends are there, and my friends are there, and her sister's there, because her sister's literally like our age anyway. Yeah. And like, I guess they just caught the look on our faces, and they're like, you two are fucking hooking up. And we were like, no, we're not. And then we were like, oh, okay, we are. And it was crazy. It was really cool. It's a really boring story. It doesn't have an end. Pretend like it has a really cool ending.
Then what happened?
Then I went back to college, and she did whatever she did, and it was just a spring break thing.
Oh.
In and out real quick, no one gets hurt. Okay, I'll tell you another story.
All right.
This is super cheesy. So when I first graduated medical school, I wanted to make some extra money, so I worked as the event physician for the Fort Lauderdale Convention Center. And my buddy, who was he was board certified and everything, and I was just an intern, but I could still serve as a doctor. He and I would work as a team and go to the Fort Lauderdale Convention Center for concerts and like wrestling, and like if not the people in the audience, but if any of the acts needed anything, we were the doctors. Right. So like we would bring flute. So like they called us up and they're like, you guys are going to be the event physicians this Friday for the Backstreet Boys. And we got paid pretty well, too. I think, I don't remember what, but, really pretty good, because we really had to do nothing, and we were backstage. So we would just drive up there wearing our scrubs, pretty much chill. If anyone needed anything, give them a prescription. We brought them some flu shots for the Backstreet Boys. Right. So we get up there, and there's a band opening for the Backstreet Boys, and they're called I-5. Okay, and the band, it's 5 girls, I-5, International 5. And it's a girl, like an Asian girl, like a rocker girl, like a Russian girl, and like they're all American, but it's supposed to be the International 5, and they're like a girl group. Right. So this story dies quickly too. Okay. So we go up there, and they're like, "Yeah, here's the Backstreet Boys." Was it NSYNC or the Backstreet Boys? I can't remember. One of those two. Which is the one that they hang them like puppets, and they're like,
NSYNC, isn't it?
Okay, it's NSYNC. So. I-5 and they had a hot song too, I-5 did at the time. But I had never heard of I-5.
I've never heard of them.
Yeah, they bombed out. There's a lot of bands that bomb out. But they're opening for Backstreet Boys. So we go there, and we're the event physicians for the Backstreet Boys while I-5 is playing. And then I-5 comes off stage, and we're just hanging out backstage. And usually...
How old are you?
I'm 26. I'm your age.
Okay.
This is just 6 years ago. So I'm backstage, And I'm very, like, you don't know me that well. I'm incredibly conservative outside of here. I'm very quiet, but every once in a while, you know, I'll get crazy and have a good time. So I-5 comes out, and they just, like, barge into this holding room where we are. And they're like, who are you guys? And we're like, and I remember the day, it was October 31st, because we were wearing scrubs. And they were like, is this your outfit?
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I'm the event physician. And they're like, you're a doctor? And I was like, yeah. And like, you look really young to be a doctor. And I was like, well, I am. So